So what is BC using for information to base its decision on, yes, there'll be a mine, or no, there won't be a mine? Folks in Alaska, because they're downstream of these proposed projects, have every right to know how we're doing our work in BC and what evidence we're basing our decisions on. I've said this many times, and I'll say it to you again because I think it's important to keep saying it. If I lived in Alaska, I'm a rural guy. I hunt and fish and trap, and I've never lived in a big city, and I could live in Juneau in a heartbeat. I understand why people feel so strongly about protecting what they have. I mean, I just spent a day out on the river, on the Taku River, and flying in a helicopter, several hours. We saw probably 50 to 60 mountain goats. We saw two black bears, one brown bear, about 100 bald eagles, a bull moose, and we went to not the fish ladder, but the fish wheel on the Taku to watch how salmon are being tagged and measured and so forth. And there's a way of life here that has tremendous value, and the people who live here don't want to lose it. I get that. I understand that. So, full circle to your first question, why are you coming here? I want to really feel like I get a sense of the place, and I think I'm getting a sense of the place, and it's easier for me because I actually live in a place like this. I live in the Rocky Mountains, a small town. I live outside of a small town. So I'm getting a sense of the place, and that's important to understand. One of the tribal interests said in one of his interviews, it's about values. I agree. BC needs to understand how important the way of life here is, how important salmon are, how important clean water is. So that's a starting point. If we can have this kind of a discussion like I'm having with you, except that maybe I won't do all the talking, with these groups on Wednesday, I think we can really get somewhere.
What we are doing to strengthen the relationship between the British Columbia government and the state of Alaska in coming to grips separately and together with the issues that we are discussing, and for the minister to see the Taku River, to talk with the tribal people here, to talk with Salmon Without Borders, to talk with Trout Unlimited, to talk with ordinary Southeasterners about this place and its incredibly special nature, to be able to strengthen the dialogue, to be able to work to understand our mutual perspectives, and from a state of Alaska viewpoint, obviously, to make sure that we exert every opportunity to ensure that we are able to both protect Alaska's interest in maintaining the environmental integrity of those transboundary river systems in a manner that is ongoing and in a way that allows us to properly influence and understand and hopefully have the ability to work together in a way that both governments are able to, with confidence, believe that from the perspective of British Columbia, that any development that takes place in those corridors meets their responsibility and obligations under the treaty, and of course to their own people and to their sovereign interests, and that we in Alaska, looking at those same systems under the transboundary treaty, are confident, assured, and ready to take every action necessary in order to protect our own interests. And working together, working in our own interests, and working in our collective interests, of which I believe there are many, we move down the road. And, you know, the bottom line for us is that Alaska's interests are clearly, in a timely manner, in an appropriate manner, in a very responsible manner, protected. And we will use every opportunity. We will use every tool that is available to us in order to achieve that. And we will work with the British Columbia government at every level in order to both protect our interests and foster a set of relationships that we hope to strengthen and continue for a long time.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay?